Good afternoon and welcome from Bethesda, Maryland. This is Bill Marianis from Stewardship Calling and Ancient Faith Radio, and we're here live at the Assembly of Canonical Orthodox Bishops' 10th anniversary gathering, and we're very blessed right now to have His Eminence Metropolitan Methodius, the presiding hierarch of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese or the Greek Orthodox Metropolis of Boston, but also the individual hierarch that has been largely responsible for the ongoing Roman Catholic Orthodox dialogue that's been going on for over 65 years. And the Assembly just heard a phenomenal report on that. And so, Your Eminence, we welcome you, and we want to hear more about this incredible, groundbreaking work that you all are doing.
I appreciate the opportunity to share some thoughts with you. I've been honored with the privilege of heading the Orthodox delegation, the Orthodox Catholic Consultation here in the United States. Archbishop Tobin leads the Roman Catholic group. I think this is very important that Orthodox and Catholics get together.
Right.
We have to unite. And I think that Christianity needs the Catholic and Orthodox Church to unite and have one voice in today's society, which is becoming less and less Christian by the day. I've had the opportunity to lead pilgrimages together with, I date back to Cardinal Law, and then Cardinal O'Malley. He used to invite me, and they both invite me to the Good Friday services. I go several times. I've preached on Good Friday
in the Roman
Catholic Church.
Beautiful.
I invite them to Easter services. They come to the Annunciation, Holy Saturday night, and we say Christos Anesti together. And it's a beautiful thing to look out at the congregation and see the joy in the eyes of people that see this. They want unity, maybe more than we bishops and priests do, but our laymen want to see this. There are so many interchurch marriages.
Right.
I hate the word mixed marriages.
Right. I do too.
You know, years ago, somebody used to call them mixed up marriages. No, it's a Roman Catholic,
right.
Orthodox marriage. Their families come to our cathedral. Many go to the Catholic cathedral. Somebody was telling me that a yaya was taking her grandchildren one Sunday to the Greek Orthodox Church, and the other grandmother the next week would take them to the Catholic Church. Yeah. It creates a tremendous confusion to our children. Yes. So I think we have to work towards the day that God leads us to unite and to express one voice, united, a voice of love, compassion, forgiveness in a society that is darkened by secularism today.
Yes. And as a product of an interfaith marriage, my wife was raised Roman Catholic, but she looks very Greek. So when we first got married in the Orthodox Church, the yayadis would come up to her and start launching into Greek, and she'd have to learn some language really quickly. And I know my dear friend Solon Marion Patterson, which the Patterson Foundation has been so generous in helping to fund this dialogue, and we see that same thing that you're talking about, Your Eminence, that desire of unity, and we've been blessed to do it just as you probably have been following your lead in the metropolis of Boston, to have some interfaith events on a quarterly, or at least back pre-COVID quarterly basis in the metropolis of Atlanta. Now, the consultation has been going on in one form or fashion since 1965, right?
Yes.
And that is an extraordinary piece of information that I don't think most people know about. So why don't you share some of the activities that have been going on in the consultation, and particularly some things you're working on now that are really exciting?
The dialogue began in 1965 with Archbishop Iakovos of blessed memory, who was a leader in the ecumenical movement. And since then, the dialogue has been meeting every year, twice a year. Once they come up to our Faith and Heritage Center in New Hampshire, the second time in the year down here in Washington. The discussions are theological in nature, obviously, but what has resulted is we've had pilgrimages to Constantinople, to Rome, to Russia, comprised of 30, 40 people, half of them Roman Catholic, half Orthodox. And the joy, they've grown together in Christ in those pilgrimages.
Right.
And at the Patriarchate, they're embraced and treated in a most respectful way. The same thing at the Vatican, obviously.
Right.
So I think it's a tremendous achievement, and hopefully in the future we'll continue those pilgrimages in faith and in other Catholic and Orthodox, Romania,
Right.
Albania. Why not? You know.
It was interesting when I think one of the last visits where the patriarch, the ecumenical patriarch, and the Pope were together. There was this wonderful, tender moment where the ecumenical patriarch reached out and moved the shawl a little bit just to kind of
right?
make
Yeah.
it look at. It was a very paternal and
Yeah,
loving sort of
yeah,
way.
yeah.
But
Well, there's a genuine friendship there
yes,
that has nothing to do necessarily with the Orthodox Catholic situation. There's just one brother embracing another, and that's that's the way to go. I think that's
yeah.
the way to go.
And in the conversation today, with where we had representatives of the Roman Catholic Church in there with us discussing, there was a conversation about one of the current issues now is really on the interfaith marriage issue
Right,
that's
right,
coming up. Is that
right.
is that the topic for one of the next consultations?
Yes, in a couple of weeks on the 14th, that'll be one of the topics
Okay.
because it's a burning issue.
Yes.
I mean, we really have to address how we're going to pastorally embrace those couples.
Right.
And so that they're welcome in the Orthodox Church, and our people are welcomed in the Catholic Church.
Right.
And praying together so that one day there'll be no such thing as your church and my church. It'll
Correct.
be Christ's church.
Well, the other thing that I thought was really interesting was to talk about the dialogue and discussion that's been going on a unified day for Pascha and Easter, to be able to share that tradition together. Huh?
And the obstacles that we have as Orthodox,
Right.
because we have more obstacles than our Catholic brothers do. That has to happen too.
Yeah.
What happens when we do celebrate together the same day? The Cardinal will do his services Holy Saturday night. He'll leave and come to the cathedral 11:45 so that he's there for the Anastasy.
Right.
And to hear him chant Christos Anesti, it's amazing.
That is.
Yeah, we sing together, we chant together the resurrection hymn, and you get the congregations to sing along, to chant along. It's a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere.
Well, and we've seen that too when there's gatherings, joint gatherings of the Roman Catholics and the Orthodox of all jurisdictions coming together and sharing a common meal and sharing the common faith-based tradition that we have. It's incredibly powerful, and we thank you for your leadership in that regard and continuing to advocate for that and remind us of the importance.
Hopefully,
of
I'll continue. I don't know how long the Orthodox will want me to be head of that committee, the Orthodox Catholic Dialogue. I'll do so with enthusiasm as long as they want me to do it. And I'll encourage other fellow bishops to all around the country to. And I can tell you that because we started those pilgrimages in Boston with the Roman Catholic hierarch, that has been replicated in California, Chicago, Detroit.
Right.
So they're embracing their Catholic brother bishops and priests, and they've taken them on a pilgrimage.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, the ongoing dialogue that we have in Atlanta with the Roman Catholic community and the Orthodox community, and even listening to the choirs and the chanters come together and then sharing a common meal is really an exciting thing.
It really is.
And I loved Father Ant's point was that both the Roman Catholics and the Orthodox in America are relative minorities across the Christian landscape.
That's
so
right.
we have something else in common, right?
But we're giving an example to the mother churches.
Yes.
I shouldn't say this. Sometimes the mother churches become an obstacle.
Well,
they become an obstacle.
Well, and again, they don't appreciate life in America as we have to live and as you have to live.
And we have to develop orthodoxy in America.
Right.
We can't keep looking over our shoulders to what is the mother church going to say.
Right.
Now, our mother church at Constantinople is very encouraging
Yes.
on these relations. Some of the others aren't. Not because they don't want them, but because maybe political reasons in their countries don't allow this to happen. So,
well, one of the things we're going to do, and I extend you an invitation, and I extend our Roman Catholic brothers and sisters an invitation to come on and let's spend an hour and a half together on an upcoming stewardship calling program, and let's really dig in a little bit more on the incredible work that's being done by the Roman Catholic Orthodox Consultation and under your leadership, and with great gratitude for everything that you're doing. So
I thank God for the theologians on both sides that really do all of the theological thinking. Some of the names were mentioned today. Tom Fitzgerald.
Yes.
I mean, he's been the spirit of our group for years now and shown a great deal of leadership. And thanks to him and to Father Ron that spoke in the Catholic Church today. Thanks to them, the dialogue is progressing.
Well, and it was wonderful to see all of the Orthodox hierarchs welcome in Father Ron and a Roman
Yeah,
Catholic
yeah.
representative, come
Excellent.
address them and speak and answer
Absolutely.
questions.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a real
And he answered them very well with honesty, and he didn't hold back.
Yeah, no, I thought there was great candor and also great love, which is
That's right.
always a wonderful thing.
That's right.
So thank you very much,
Thank
Your
you.
Eminence, for doing
Thanks for
this.
the
And
opportunity.
we want to thank everybody on
guys.
Ancient Faith Radio platform for looking and listening. And now you know that in sometime in the near future, God willing, we are going to get our representatives of the Roman Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church together to come and share a beautiful dialogue and learn more about what's going on. And we welcome you to participate in anything that you possibly can in this important work that we're doing together. Thank you very much.